And welcome back. And today I'm going to talk about 5 different bead journals that I take. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what's good about them, what they might improve, and because I've been taking them for quite some time now, it might help you decide on which of these you might like to take up going forwards. So first of all, the Bead Workers Guild. It's quite tricky to say, isn't it? The Bead Workers Guild. They have a journal, and I joined the BWG when I first started bead weaving. And this journal is, I've got to say, a reference document. It is absolutely jam-packed full of information. One edition had a specific item all about needles. So if you've never beaded before, you really need to know that you need specialist needles. Another 2 of the editions covered threads. They had stuff on threads. Because again, you need specialist thread. There's so much expertise, so much knowledge in this group. It's really of great benefit, particularly if you're going to do jewellery or art projects that have to last a long time. You need to know that things are going to be stable. They're not going to fall apart or they're not going to stretch. And particularly for some of my work, it's really important. So that is, to me, an excellent journal. Of course, you get some patterns in there as well, and it's really educational. The next one along is called Bead and Button. So its emphasis is on the bead side of things. It is an American import. I think Hobbycraft do sell it, but you can obviously get it online. And what I really like about this one, it is full of patterns. It's mainly about patterns, doing things. It tells you which patterns are for beginners and for experts, etc. But the real important thing to me is that when they do a pattern, with the list of your ingredients, they have an image, a little schematic there, image of the bead, which doesn't sound like it's that important, but particularly when you have a very complex pattern, and once all the beads get all together on the diagram, and these are drawn diagrams, they're not photographs, so it takes a bit of effort to do that. Sometimes it can get quite confusing, but if you've got this pattern listed here, this legend, it makes life a whole lot easier. So I really like that for this, and also it's just inspiration. The next one that I take is called Bead and Jewellery, and again the emphasis is on the bead side of things. This has a whole range of bead work patterns in it, including wire work and stringing of beads, not just woven beads, and it seems a whole lot more chatty. It does have a mix of patterns that are drawn and photographs, so that may or may not suit you. If you can follow these patterns, it would be good, but if you have any difficulty resolving the photographs when they're bright and shiny and glistening, it can be quite difficult. But overall, I like this magazine. There's a whole lot of interest in there, and it's quite light to read as well. The next one along is Making Jewellery. Now this one is, I would say, is focused at jewellery makers generally, professional makers. It has a whole range of making things with resin, making things with wire work, with metal clays, with all sorts of other things to put things together. It's not just about beads. So it talks about business side of things, SEO, basic things like this, the tools that you need. So I get it because although it doesn't have so many bead working pieces in there, I like it for the inspiration. I look at the various colorways and schemes that they have, and I just like it to keep up to date because they all have stuff on events, what's the latest thing that's come out in the bead world, etc, etc. But I just like that because it's that's quite modern. Going back to Bead and Button, this one is quite modern and youthful, and and so is making jewellery. That's quite modern. And finally, we have beadwork. And you can kind of see on the front that this is quite sophisticated. It is about beadwork. It looks very similar to bead and button, but it doesn't have the same definition, the same legend of the beads in there. And to me, it is one step beyond. It is another American import, but again, it is very sophisticated. It is for professional beaders. So if you look at something like this, you know, it says it's a sort of intermediate level. However, I would say, you know, you probably need to be fairly experienced to begin to do stuff of this quality. So this is really high quality. Again, I love it because it just looks at things from a different perspective. It has lots of things from history. So very, very good. So I love them all for different reasons. So we have, in summary, the Bead Workers Guild Journal, which is a reference point. It has patterns, but it's a real reference point and real bag of knowledge. Bead and button, American. The next level in terms of getting to grips with producing your own jewellery or artwork. Bead and jewellery, which gives you a whole variety of stuff and interest and challenges. Making jewellery for a professional who's looking to learn more and diversify maybe. And then beadwork from the US, which is, so innovative. You know, they make things to die for. It's really, really fantastic. So tell me what you think, what magazines you have. I've not covered all the magazines in the world, but there's a fair few here. So do let me know what you think. And happy beading, and same time, same place. Bead happy.